one. Ben, I would probably get Taylor or somebody else in there to help with dummy comments, because I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people. Well, I mean, that's what it comes down to, Jay. And we can start talking while people start coming in. It's not an authorized, unauthorized. It's basically reminding everybody manufacturer's not going to get held while somebody else starts to just drop the pants on product at all. That stuff's been being flash saled since the beginning of the year, which is also a reason why it was taken down off eBay on top of it, which I don't know why people don't understand that companies approve other companies to sell on third party or even their own website. But anyway, we're going live to not cause more drama. What's up, Mr. Dusty? Because usually we're really not the stars of it. It's the trolls and everybody else. And really all this new drama started up because I made an offer to John, which if he didn't like the offer, you didn't have to accept it. You could have counter-offered, but I never seen a business go ahead and post it for attention. What's up there, Cherry, I don't know. I'm not even going to say it, man.
Terry Rønningsbakken.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Anyway, we're doing, it's already growing the count for all of you. Your comments are seen across the board. Yeah, Ben, you can put the chat box up between me and him. Yeah. We'll let some more people come in. It's already jumping up pretty big. Talk about some of this drama that we don't want to even get into. How some of it started ways back, how me and Jay got together, and where we're at right now. So we'll let a few more people jump in. We're broadcasting on multiple Facebooks, multiple YouTubes. Mr. Patel, what's up, man?
2.5 hours of sleep, man.
Yeah, everybody don't know Jay is over on the other across the world there, and he's actually at that night there. Why wouldn't you warranty old stock? Great question. That's what we're talking about. What everybody doesn't even realize that product hasn't been shipped into the U.S. before B2 Audio USA hasn't been shipped into the U.S. in over 2 years. That product that's been fire sailed and basically hoarded out has been from 2 years ago, and we'll get into that. You don't expect a manufacturer to come in behind somebody else they're going to make the money and hoard out and then just drop it on somebody else, which we'll get into that. So great questions. We'll explain it. And I don't care what manufacturer, go read their return warranty policies. It all says by authorized dealers. And then the question will be, well, when was he authorized and not? The moment Jay, which we'll get into, made sure completely that Sky High knew Jay wasn't getting paid from Andrew or whoever, and that moment when it was said, well, not my problem, and I would say that would be the first sign. The second sign would be when a dealer goes ahead and starts whoring prices out, which you can't just take in $5 and then drop it on somebody else. And three, looking at some of these messages before me, Andrew was very vocal about going bankrupt for B2 USA, but he acts like he got the run of the deal, but the guy dropped money into toys and side-by-sides and Suburban or whatever that thing is, and that money went there, but it sure didn't go back to the manufacturer. Either way, let's start off here. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, clear up some things. Jay, we've beat around the bush so many times because we try to do good business and not throw things out on Jump Street. I'm going to start with the offer made with Sky High John, who reached out to me months back about buying the stuff. You can't try to sell the stuff for what he says map is, especially when every single week it's been flash sales, fire sales, and this. On top of the product's been there with him or Andrew or somebody's warehouse somewhere over 2 years ago. I didn't want to buy the stuff then because most of it is out of date, not even real part numbers. Stuff has changed since then. But either way, reached out to him last week and said, hey, you want to resend me an inventory list so I can look at it and make an offer. The inventory list didn't even match up the one that he gave me originally in May. And I don't make offers on what he says map is. We make offers on what it's worth. And a lot of that product that was in that list, or even items that were doubled up, maybe by accident, increased what the map total was. But either way, were they authorized dealers when they bought them? Well, no. So we could start here. The last stocking order was back in 2022. And then
actually the last order of the stock that we're basically seeing right now was back in 2022.
Okay, which was never even paid for, correct?
Correct.
Andrew never paid you for it. You even tried helping one more time after that with another $50,000 order, who he promised that he would send the money right away. Now, you met with John Surf City in August 22, and John was very well aware you weren't getting paid for this stuff. And then again in SEMA of 2023 before you and I met. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So not even that, any kind of brand out there, if a dealer is going to close it out, then that's what it is. They're closing it out. Now, I don't see how anybody would think that product from 2 years ago being closed out at 40% off, 50% off, 65% off would even have anything to do with the manufacturer at that point. And even so, Jay, haven't you personally taken care of customers with sending them extra parts or trying to work, even though you're all the way in Denmark, which means if something really needs to be warranted,
we open our parts. We help people out, and even freaking build them custom recalls if it's needed, or ship them parts. We have people with amps that were broken that didn't even have anything to do with us, where we actually just said, well, here's another amp, just get it taken care of or whatever.
And then just to jump there, the posts were made about buyer beware to remind everybody, especially when he started to throw the stuff at 65% off, which some of y'all got a great deal. And even better, John moved through product that we were trying to get out of there anyway. Remind everybody that you're buying the stuff at literally closed out prices. It's either he's going to take care of potential issues and warranties, or you're buying it at your own risk. I mean, that's where it's going. But the facts are, Jay, when was the last time you even got a payment for any product shipped into the USA?
2022 sometime.
Okay, so that means there was over, which I see some of these messages Andrew was crying about, that he was stuck with all these bills, and when he announced he was going out of business, at that time he had multiple toys, opened up like a second warehouse. They even cut off dealers that were dealers for B2, so we could all exclusively go to Sky High, which didn't even make sense. But let's talk about some things here. Explain the history, because some of these people don't realize that B2 hasn't been sold into the U.S. all these years. That was the point of us teaming up and try to bring the line back and make it even better. B2 has been known for its quality of product, right? And that's what we're continuing to do. But I don't know why people think like Sky High or whoever has been consistently buying B2 audio. It hasn't been. This has been product that's not even SKUs anymore, that has been sitting there since 22. So give us a little rundown, Jay.
I think it's important to basically make the distinction that sure, we had product in the past, but Sky has basically never purchased from me. They've purchased from a company that no longer exists, and that's what it is. But the company that was supposed to honor this warranty no longer exists.
So could have Sky High continued to work then at that point directly with you, or then instead of giving,
they could have reached out, sure,
sent you money to continue with the product? Could you have done that?
Sure.
Okay.
I wasn't interested.
Right. Which just even goes to the whole first drama of getting the eBay listings down. Every manufacturer, Kicker, Kenwood, Sundown, whatever it is, you need to be authorized to sell, especially on third-party sites. You have to follow MAP. There's rules. You can't just go up and throw it out everywhere. So when the stuff started getting heavily discounted, it's like, well, we can't have this up on eBay. It looks bad to regrow the line in the U.S. So that's where the eBay thing come down. But
I see some of these comments that are on here, and let me just get straight to it. I would say products that was purchased at a time where doesn't matter whether it's one customer or whatever name it is, or so and so forth. If you purchase product from an authorized distributor, then there is a warrant on the product from the company that sold it to you, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I didn't sell anything to Sky High.
Okay, I've had product that started from Power Acoustic that we had over here when I went to go warranty it because it was actually a warranty. They said, sorry, it's outside warranty. The dealer, that's why in retail they front the product. But either way, you haven't shipped anything into the U.S. directly to Andrew and or Sky High since 2022. This is product that's just been sitting there and then has been slowly just pecked at for crazy low prices. Me making an offer to John, who asked me to purchase the stuff back in May before I went in the hospital, was me reaching back out and say, hey, let me see what you got left so we can just clear it out and move on. And you just don't expect somebody, any kind of deal, to screenshot an email like that and put it up. Like, I don't know how much bad business is. And 30 grand came up about to be not the map of what his list actually included, how much of it is even worth anything anymore. And then, like anything, normally on closeout items, 50 cents on the dollar. If you think about him doing his 65%, after he pays shipping and fees and all that, he's not even going to get much over that anyway, even if he sold through it all. But it's kind of crazy. You don't see any other company allowing or participating with sellers, dealers online, pouring out the product, right? It doesn't, you can't do that. If you do that, you're on your own. But the real issue here is the whole back and forth. Was it paid, not paid? Is it warranted? The product hasn't been shipped in the U.S. since 2022. We have public. Go ahead.
I think it's important to basically say that warranty works as long as an authorized dealer. They were authorized at that time. If the customer purchased something from the point of when they were authorized, it should be covered, and that's it. They're not authorized to sell it any longer.
Well, anybody can sell anything. It's saying that why would a manufacturer back up a company that's not supporting it and also literally horn it out, which is destroying the brand. And it's all 2-year, 3-year-old stuff. I mean, even his walkthrough of the warehouse, you have amps sitting out, not even in the box, and he has those 09s on my list like they're new at full map price. That's not the way it goes, okay? But the reality is, unfortunately, B2 Audio J here got screwed over for what? Almost $250,000 a couple of years back over this.
And it's important to tell that basically the company that is supposed to honor this warranty was a company that John dealt with directly.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't deal with any of this here shit. I'm just getting shafted on stuff that I actually had nothing to do with. Besides, I'm not getting paid.
Right. Now,
and when I also told John about it, that hey,
we beat her on the bush since we even started.
When I told John that I'm not getting paid, he was like, "Well, that's not my problem." I'm like, "But this is my stock." It's like, "Not my problem." I'm like,
so there's no way in the world he didn't know you weren't getting paid. He had all opportunity to continue working with B2 Audio himself. And we don't know what he paid Andrew or not paid Andrew, if anything. I mean, we're never going to know. I mean, but the reality is the stuff, even that, has been sitting here in somebody's warehouse. Half of it maybe used, not used. Who even knows? What are you supposed to do? You and I make a relationship. Everybody wants to go down my throat. And all I'm trying to do is rebuild a line with you, bring new part numbers, bring new products, go hardcore with marketing, all the things, because B2 Audio itself is not cookie cutter. It's really nice designed product that everybody has loved over the years. Now, all of a sudden, because we say about a warranty, well, how many warranty emails have you gotten in the last year, Jay?
Not that many.
Okay, exactly. So all of a sudden, just that we warn people that if you're going to buy stuff at 50 cents on the dollar, it's as is. That's just crazy to me.
The thing is also, we have no idea of what it was that he got in stock because
Oh, you saw the list in May and the list now. Explain the difference, because you even brought it up to me. I didn't even see it all.
There's discrepancies in the list, and all of that product wasn't purchased from us. It wasn't available to John before he acquired it through third parties that he knew owed me money.
Right, and
that's the end of the day, end of the deal. Basically, he purchased it from a company he was knowing going bankrupt. He could have paid me direct, and we could have dealt with it from there. He chose not to pay me, which is his decision.
Let me ask you, why do you think he didn't pursue or pay you or try to work with B2 more? Because
maybe he got a better deal. Maybe he got a better deal for maybe he got a better deal for buying stuff that wasn't paid for. I'm not sure. Maybe he wanted not to pay me. Maybe he didn't like the way I did business or whatever. The thing is, end of the day, he paid someone else that he already knew owed me money, and that's it. He could have paid me that money, and I could have said, send the product over to John.
Okay, so the moment you see that you didn't get paid all these years, and then you see all this product literally being hoarded out for flash sales and discounts, what does that make you feel like? I mean, because here you are trying to bring the brand back in the USA with us.
Of course, it's not making anyone happy, and I'm pretty sure, worst of all, this is not good for customers either. It's BS.
Okay, I got a comment here from Eric. If you buy, hold on, because we can talk about this and we can all bump heads here, but if you buy an Apple phone from Walmart, your Best Buy, the manufacturer itself has the manufacturer's warranty, not the authorized dealer. But you bought the iPhone from Walmart or Best Buy, who is authorized to resell it. And I can tell you that they need to get approval to sell it under their MAP, which is minimum advertised price, and or any approved sales. That's every manufacturer out there. Some of y'all not in that world and don't realize it. I would love just to discount everything and just make a profit. We can't do that. It has to be approved. And the moment one of us guys even drops by 2 cents, somebody's reporting it to the manufacturer, but then we're getting an email. And places like Kicker, Rockford, Excess Power, all of them, even American Base. Hey, Big Jeff, you got to bring the price up. Even if it was a pricing error or something went longer than it was supposed to on sale for a holiday, they're going to jump on you because it's MAP. It's minimum advertised price. And if you break MAP or bills aren't paid or things aren't done the way the manufacturer wants, who owns the brand, they can pull the brand from you. So that's also why eBay took the listings down, because he's not authorized. He is not allowed to use that trademark or even use that name. Okay. Jay, this whole thing is blowing out portion all over saying we won't warranty the stuff that he's pouring out at 65% off, which I think some of the stuff even was like right at whatever his cost might even have been back then. I don't understand how people are going to think that they can go buy stuff at crackhead prices, and then the company is not going to do what they should do and remind everybody, if you buy it, it's on you. Beware. Now, again, how many warranties in the last even year have come over across your plate in Europe? One, most of the stuff isn't warrantable because the tweeters have diaphragms just like other manufacturers. The big woofers all have retone kits. It's the same process. So amplifiers would be the only thing technically that could be warranted. And what happened even when you did warranty stuff when it was going on between Sky High and Android? Didn't you get a pallet of shit?
Yeah, well, we got a pallet of amps back, and none of them have been opened, inspected, or whatever. It just said flashing lights or whatever it is, and a lot of these could have been explained that, well, this here is because somebody did this or somebody did that. It's not like you just like, well, here. Sometimes you have to actually inspect the product. But that is what it is.
Hold on, the iPhone guy, I can give a counter to that, Jay. Sorry to cut you off. But if you go buy an iPhone from somebody on the street and it wasn't bought through a dealer, it wasn't registered, it wasn't none of that, and you go to turn it in and an iPhone goes in and reads that serial number, guess what? I guarantee they're either going to charge you a hefty fee if they're going to do anything at all. It's just the way the world works, man. You can't expect a company to whore prices out and then just sit it to the manufacturer. Now, We even went as far when we started the B2 Audio USA to even offer extended free warranty and accidental coverage, even on product that doesn't normally even have a warranty because you would rebuild it, just to bring the line back strong. Anything bought from B2 Audio USA and/or the dealers were set up that are on that dealer locator, those are authorized people. They're following MAP. They're selling the product properly. They're covered.
I think what is important here actually is, as some people are saying here in the chat, is whether or not
if you click on the side there, Jay, you'll see chat all the way to the right.
Yeah.
Click that, you'll see it, and then you can actually hit show and pull the comment up so we can take one by one.
See here.
And everybody, if you notice, there's no shit talking here. This is just facts and truth on really what happened. I don't know why this industry, people just go right for trolling or talking or not even reading all the comments in it. They just see a title. And the title on this yesterday was $175 and he offered me $30K or whatever. It wasn't worth nowhere near even $100,000.
Anyways, let's say it like this. Yeah, B2 Audio North America is a different entity. They purchased, they sold stuff to Sky High. Sky High was well aware that that entity wasn't paying me. I spoke with Sky High. I let them know what was going on, but they still continued to pay a guy, or no, let's say they chose to pay a company that wasn't.
You don't even know if they did or not. On it, you don't even know. I'm gonna say we. You don't know.
Let's just assume
if they paid or what they paid, but it was through an entity like we're trying to do here as B2 Audio USA, right? So even so, you made John aware that you weren't getting paid. John didn't try to reorder, did he, with you?
No.
Okay, so
he wasn't. Let's just say he knew that there was going to be a lot of shit, and he chose to stick to his buddy, even though he knew the facts.
When you say buddy, you're talking about Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knew the facts of what was going on, and I was actually hoping this year would be more like a shorter talk in terms of what warranty is and so on and so forth, because that's probably what's most important for the customers. But anyways, long story short,
you want to clear up, and I want to clear up some of this misinformation, right? Even down to an offer that I need to pay terms. No, it's I knew most of the stuff could be new, used, or what, and I'm not going to pay up front for stuff till it's in my warehouse. Just like when I sent them back at SoundCube, I didn't get paid right away. It took extra time, so I'm definitely not going to trust. And honestly, we haven't had the best of relationships since a year ago. So I want to clear the air on a lot of things that was said about me. You want to clear and also make people understand that B2 Audio is a reputable company and will be if it's dealt with properly.
Let me see here.
Did you figure out how to pop them up?
Yeah, I see it now. Right now.
Yeah, you just hit show and it'll come up. There's a crap ton of comments coming in, everyone, so there's no way to get to them all. We just wanted to go live instead of the back and forth and comments.
Let me try that. Let me see how to make this pop up here.
So you have the chat box on the right-hand side.
Yep.
Not the one on our screen. And if you put your cursor over the message, it'll highlight and you can hit show. Not the screen right next to your face.
No, I'm actually highlighting the chat box. Okay, there. No.
Tell me which one. I'll just pop it up for you.
Anthony Mule's one.
Well, you got Steve Barber in here. Can you mute Big Jeff? Well, Big Jeff's the reason that you're even going to be able to get B2 product back in the USA. So, Steve,
anyways, let's bring up Anthony Mule's here.
Okay, got it.
I think it's important to say in terms of all three, Jeff and John had a communication, like they were emailing each other, which is what it is. It's a way of keeping contact, and most likely mails among businesses are confidential. He didn't like whatever you offered him, which is what it is. John chose to go public with it. It's not anything that I would have done, but that's on him to do. Fair enough. Then all of a sudden he drops the prices, which is great for customers who wants to buy. Of course, they'll get a hell of a deal. It's not as cool for the guy who actually purchased last week and had to pay more for it. But that's his thing. We're basically saying that, hey, products that is not purchased from an authorized dealer, which Sky High isn't now, and they're well aware of it, because otherwise we wouldn't have had the shit that was going on back in April. So it's not like this is new. They already knew back then that they weren't authorized dealers. Fair enough. We've been playing along, and it is what it is. But now we have to make a statement that people should know that they're not authorized dealers, whether the product is 1, 2, 3, or whatever years old. For me, screw that. Buy from an authorized dealer, get your warranty. Selling it at a stupid cost because they got it at a price that is below cost. Well, as I said again, great for the end user, not great for people who didn't get paid for it. Again, John said he doesn't care. It's up to him. But that's also a reason why he is not an authorized dealer any longer. When people are saying, did he buy this? Was he authorized when he bought this? No, that product that is on the list that you were sent, that is product that he acquired elsewhere. That is product that was purchased behind my back that he knew was owed to me. So he was not an authorized dealer when he did that move there. That's why that is a different case. But the product he has had while he was an authorized dealer, that is entirely different. We will warranty that, even though I don't need to do it, but we will do that, do the goodwill of that, because what should have been warranted was by B2 North America. Still, B2 International will warrant whatever it is that he sold when he was an authorized dealer, which was a long time ago.
So way past the year manufacturer's warranty if there's even a manufacturer's defect.
That is the entire thing. So whatever it is that he is selling out at these prices that wasn't in his stock in terms of discrepancies from the initial list as well, is product he acquired behind my back. He already knew that that was stock that belonged to me, that was taken out of a warehouse, and all of a sudden wasn't accessible to me. So fair enough, he made a deal on product he knew wasn't really his to buy, but he says, well, that's for me to sort out with B2 America, which I think is kind of like a dick move. But he can't expect me to just accept that dick move and continue to say that, hey, now you're of course an authorized dealer. No, you made a dick move. You didn't want to basically pay me, is what it is. But don't expect me to keep you as an authorized dealer when the company that you dealt with went bankrupt. I've never made an agreement in terms of contract with John. That contract died the day that Andrew closed down his company. In fact, it should have died even earlier, which was in June 2023, when we basically told Andrew, we're not going to support this here any longer. So after June 2023, if we should go to the specifics, anything that should have been warranted should have been directly toward that company, but it has nothing to do with us. We will still show some goodwill, but on the other hand, once a company goes bankrupt, do you expect that you're still an authorized dealer of something? I'm just saying, and if you are, well, any deals that was made by that time doesn't exist. So no, they're not an authorized dealer, and that's it. Product purchased from an authorized dealer, fair enough, warranty that, and that's it.
Moving forward,
at the end of the day, we're not happy with product being hoarded out to all kinds of prices, and then they're trying to basically smudge that off on us that we should honor warranties or whatever and this and that on something that's they knew wasn't supposed to be sold.
Robert here, let me jump on this and then I get the other question here. He says,
and I think you should the counterfeit thing.
eBay calls it counterfeit when you're not authorized to use of the trademark and or resell of the product. That's what they call it. Either way, as you heard Jay say, before that they weren't an authorized dealer, and while they were having that stuff up there at discounted prices, it had to come down because it was just hurting the brand moving forward. Now, Jay, you and I got together after SEMA.
Let's
Correct?
just watch one thing with Wally here because
Go ahead.
he seems to not understand. Click on Wally's here, the top comment.
Gotcha.
He says, well, it's not their fault. Well, it is their fault when they sell, when they actually give money to an entity they know don't pay me. Then they are well aware that that product is mine. That is
Right.
the main
You
difference.
told John this at Surf City in 2022, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no way for him not to have known.
And that's 2 years ago.
Okay. And then you saw him again at SEMA
I saw him at Slam
2023.
2023.
Oh,
Also.
Slam. And then
And then I
again
saw him
at
at
SEMA.
SEMA again in
And
20.
then that's when you finally said, hey, if I have a chance to bring the line back in, that's when you and I met and started the talk.
Exactly.
Am I correct? Okay. Those are facts, people. That's not crap talk. That's not drama. Those are facts. I still want to know why Sky High's fault. I think he did another question if you want to go after that. He's want to just move forward, but too many people won't. Yeah, exactly. And isn't that the plan, to just move forward, come up with new SKUs and product, quality product that B2 Audio has been making and designing? Isn't that the plan?
The whole plan is at least evolve and make products that benefits everyone and also the customers. And
I can tell you that.
protect our dealers, in order to protect our dealers, it's important that we follow MAP.
And
Also,
how many dealers said, no, I don't want to get in the line because Sky High has this product and they're just pouring it out? How many
there are quite a few that have their concerns.
Exactly.
But at least now we know what items are available. And John says that he's doing these great sales, which is good because then at least product is
right. And
diminishing.
I don't have to come out of pocket to buy a old closed out product. Let them sell through it. That's the whole plan.
Seems like it's a win.
Right. Which we already have new product, and we have a bunch of new product in production right now and also being designed right now. And that's the way it works. Go ahead and give a message to all the past B2 Audio supporters, present, or even ones that talk like, oh, because Big Jeff's now involved, it's going to crap. I mean, what's your message to everybody on your line? Because this is your line. You own the line.
I got into audio because of passion. That's why I got into audio. And I've grown up in the audio industry, been here longer than most, even though I might look younger sometimes and this and that. But we do audio because it's passion to us. If we did audio because of only the business side of it, well, then everything would have been differently. We wouldn't have invested into toolings. We wouldn't basically have gotten into how to build something or do it better, or developing voice coils, or even doing a freaking 3D designs that basically blows air to see what is the better way to direct cooling through baskets and so on and so forth. But we are passionate about our product, and most of our customers that has actually gotten our products are appreciative of the passion we have. And
what's going to be different, Jay? What is different now with us working here that you didn't have when you were working with the last company? What's different already?
The main difference is I have a direct source of information that I didn't have previously, and that's it. I would have loved to work directly with John, but I didn't get the chance, which is what it is because there was an entity in between. But at least now I'm able to get market feedback. I'm able to get info about, well, we sell more of this kind of speakers, or this kind of app, we work with that. And we can develop from that. We can build from that instead of going ahead and building unicorn products that nobody will buy, but that would be cool to show. And
Well,
that's
what about the people back then that were selling it as dealers and got kicked to the curb because it had to just go to Sky High on? What about those dealers now that have a chance to have great product again and be able to sell it without just getting kicked to the side? I mean, these are the changes we want to make in that B2 audio line. Like me or not, I'm not B2 audio. We're just going to be a portal to bring the product back in and supply not only retail people, but also potential dealers and our distributors. It's really a win-win.
I think also people need to understand that we haven't, or me as B2 Audio, haven't been in the States doing business directly. This year is more or less the first time in a long, long time that I've been able to get into the market directly and get valuable info so I can get the feedback. And I'm also backing up more. We're working out better products and changing, as you said yourself, the SKUs and so on and so forth, and also adding all kinds of new different serial numbers so we're able to track the product easily and make sure that the customer is taken care of. Previously, I was lacking all this info. I didn't know what was going on and so on and so forth. So a lot of the times, even though people say everything was as great as before, there have been plenty of fires that I was left to basically put out that had nothing to do with me. But I still went in there due to goodwill. And we can bring up if it's people that have made amp repairs or whatever and whatnot, that all of a sudden I got my name thrown into it, which had nothing to do with it. But basically I went in and I fixed the issue, which I wasn't even in need to do, but I did it for the sake of the customer and for the sake of my brand as well. But at least now I'm able to be on the inside of the market in the US, getting feedback, knowing that okay, there is an issue with this product, or can we make this differently, or the customer wants to have this LED green, or whatever it might be. I'm getting specifics that I can work with to improve the product, grow the line, and also help bring dealers abroad that will see this year as valuable what we're doing.
What do you think the biggest misconception just in the last couple of days of misinformation was there? I know on my side it was the whole offer thing and making them sign an NDA and
Well, I think that's
which if they read the email
no, but
writes out.
I think that the mail you sent to John after everything was posted live and that everyone could read it, John decided to post it online. He gets his clicks and hey, that's his way of doing business. When I worked for both Robert Bosch, Blaupunkt, and Panasonic, I would have been fired immediately if I did that, and I would have been put in disgrace if I did that, because that's not how you do things. I'm not the one to tell John how he wants to run his company. That's up to him. But all of a sudden, I'm dragged in because he's pissed at an offer you made him as yourself. You didn't make that offer representing me or whatever it is. You just asked about can you do a closeout?
It was better to try to buy that stuff out, close it out on the B2 Audio USA site, because it was affecting potential new dealers that didn't want to get in the brand with all these flash sales and discounts. I mean, that's the fact. Listen, we're not here to cause drama. We're not here to even throw people's stuff out. We're just here to do facts. We're here to bring the B2 Audio brand back into the USA permanently and with more options, even lower prices and everything else. The back and forth and the drama, people are going to make that no matter what. But both you and I wanted to come on here and just talk the facts. And that's it. Moving forward, we have some new dealers. We have more new dealers on the way, and we have a lot of new product in designing and being in production right now that'll hopefully be here before Black Friday.
Let's just reply to Scott's comment. I can't I can't see it in the big. I can only see in the one. They said basically, why did I choose Jeff? Well, the thing is, you reached out to me. We spoke. None of the other people during the last 1.5 years or so reached out, and they knew that of course there was a lot of drama, but it wasn't like I had people, hey, I will jump on board or this and that. So you said that, hey, do you want to come over and we can meet, we can talk? I was like, sure, I'll fly over after SEMA. Me and you, we spoke, and I judged you from how you were to me. I didn't judge you from whatever it was that you were previously. I didn't know whatever it is that you did previously. I didn't judge you on what you've done 20 years ago. And I don't judge you of whatever issues people might have with your social stats. I judged you but by how you approached me, by the ideas that you wanted to do. Uh, on the other side, basically, I figured out that there's whole groups about hating Big Jeff and this and this and that.
They hate everybody. They
And,
hate the group
and
that
I can't say anything about that because the experience I've had from you, so forth, is that, hey, you come up with ideas. You're helping me in terms of packaging material, website designs, so on and so forth. That is what I appreciate. You've been helpful to me, and I'm getting more help understanding the line in the market from you. That is basically what I'm getting. No one else has done that. The people don't like you. Well, I can't say anything about that because I don't know that, and I don't know if you have 20 million subscribers or if you have two guys from India clicking. All of that shit for me is actually irrelevant.
But whatever it was,
For me, I
5
don't care
years
about.
ago, I was in a single car garage. So whatever it was or whatever I've done, uh, if it's people say buy YouTube subscribers, we buy subscribers on Facebook and Google and everywhere you market and advertise. We buy people when we have our names on $250,000 race cars. We buy all the time. Either way, show me one company that doesn't have something somebody's got to say about it. That's just the way this world works.
Well,
Um,
I just wanted to reply to him and saying that, well, I met you. You seemed fair. You've actually paid me for orders, which actually helps me a lot because all of a sudden I have money that I can invest into other products, which is great. And sure, some people say that I should have picked a better person. Sure, that might be, but there weren't any better person that actually were willing to come to us and work with us. But all of a sudden, once you start promoting that something is back again, then the whole line of people becomes available that we should have picked this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy. I was like, well, that's interesting. Why didn't you actually approach me back then? Why didn't anyone come back then?
Well,
You
if you
came
think
to
about it,
me.
within a couple months, we reset a new website, got your YouTube back up and going, got the talk going, started working on new products. I mean, look at all the stuff that was done in a very short amount of time. That's also another reason why. But either way, uh, every company, every brand's going to have followers and haters. The reality is, people are going to look at this live and listen to the facts or not, and we can't change people's minds. All we can do is speak. Moving forward, uh, people that do like B2 Audio, the product, are going to benefit because finally it is back available, and there is plenty of new things in the works that are coming through the pipeline. So I appreciate you all signing in. Again, this was just to set some facts straight, let Jay finally just speak freely, except for some of y'all say keep shutting him off. Let him speak freely. That he.
I don't really go live that much either. You know, I'm a very private person. Sure I'm out in the public when I'm at shows and so on and so forth. But you know, I'm just a regular guy. I don't need no big trucks or whatever it is. You know,
Well, sometimes it's not people's business, right? There's so many things that we could bring up about many companies, right?
there's a lot of shit I could have brought to the table, but I'm not really interested in that. I'm just interested in basically let's move forward from this. You wanted to purchase some stuff from John. John got pissed. Fair enough. Instead of you and him working it out confidentially like you usually do with a mail or whatever it is,
I
he decided to go online and drop it at prices.
Steve Barber, here it is. Having fake subscribers is definitely a slap in the face to everyone that gets them rightfully. I never claimed to be a YouTuber, and the subscribers are still there. If the view counts aren't good or not it worked along the way, and the more everybody talked crap, the quicker it grew. From he's going to get his account suspended, which so many people reported the account and nothing. He's not going to get the plaques. The subscribers are going to disappear. Uh, don't hate because I found another way to do it. It ain't just buying subscribers. But either way, uh, if it offends you that I have subscribers, then don't watch it. I mean, don't watch it. We're talking about B2 Audio here, uh, defending me, my company, and what I've done and do, and defending Jay, who can finally just not beat around the bush like he's tried to do to be the better man through all this. But at the end of the day, he's the one that really took it bad. So if you support B2 Audio, thank you. Right, Jay? If you don't, you don't. Uh, we are continuing to set up new dealers, eventually some distributors, and a few select online sellers so it doesn't have problems.
And also, still, people, they can usually get easily hold of me. Usually, if there's any shit that has broken or whatever it is, and so on and so forth, I'm always willing to reply. I usually reply swiftly, even though I'm like 6 hours ahead or 8 hours ahead from people. We usually reply fairly easily. We try to help everyone out, no matter where they actually purchased the product from. For me, I'm trying to actually make it good by the customer, and that's the guys that I care about. Because sure, I've also been screwed over as a customer, but I try to do whatever I can, even if you purchased it from X, Y, and Z. But I'm not just going to sit here without lubing up my ass, taking it from some guy that doesn't care that he knows that the product was not supposed to be purchased because it was actually mine. Uh, and that's just how it is. And
These people
that's
are crazy.
not authorized from my point of view either. And that's just how it is. His deals that he had with Andrew, fair enough. He had them with Andrew, but Andrew's company no longer exists. So there's no deal.
Well, we don't have to keep going round and around about it.
And that's it. So, anyways,
Yeah.
if people need product, hopefully you can support my company or any other reputable company. As long as we can grow the industry, that's what it's all about. But
Yep.
if people have problems with the product, sure, I'm willing to help.
More
We've
than
always done that in the last 17 years we've been here.
check out b2audiousa.com, and if you don't want to buy it from there, more than welcome to hit up the dealers that will be adding more and more. Right now you have Amped Up, GP, and I believe there's one more on there.
We also have Soundcheck Customs over on the east side.
Soundcheck Custom. So thank you for the people that actually listen in and not just talk nonstop.
And the last thing,
Weird stuff.
we also have the guys up in Oregon.
What's the name of that one?
Philip Liljestrand, who's doing the RC subs.
The RC subs, yes.
And all out audio and glass.
Yeah, 100%.
All authorized.
And we'll keep updating the dealers. And the quicker the stuff's gone out sky, the easier it'll be for the dealers that want to come in and not have to deal with that product being severely discounted. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please listen to the whole thing if you came in later on. Listen to the facts. Thank you, Jay. Finally, I feel like you felt like you're able just to open up finally and not beat around the bush about it. And moving forward, it's just easier. We move forward, and that's what we're going to do. You got anything to say on the way out?
William Coates, basically, yeah. William Coates is a good buddy of mine. I met him freaking before there was any B2 Audio, Sundown Audio, whatever it is. That was like way back in the old days when he was in Chris Norris's van building it. So we will not forget about you, William.
There you go, William. Custom Audio Creations, LLC. All right, everybody's here. And for the people that don't want to just talk crap, we have a podcast tonight on the Big Sound by Big Jeff. We have Edgar from Orion. Ryan's making a big comeback. We have Floyd Wester, a big follower. And, High Five Vector from YouTube, who didn't take offense to my subscribers. But he is a YouTuber and does really good reviews on product. And that'll be 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And Jay, hopefully this ain't going to put the end to it, but
it is what
hopefully
it is. We've set our base. We set our set our end of the story. And if people want to twist it, turn it, whatever it is, what it is, I've said the load that I have. I've unloaded it. I feel better. I'm gonna go
Dylan Lamer says,
enjoy the rest of the night soon with my family.
Real quick, Dylan, good question. He said, when does the price come down to 33 inch? Can come down a little bit. The big problem is they weigh over 200 something pounds. It's hard to ship. We get them on the pallets. They're gonna have to be shipped out on pallets. We actually have a couple here, but if you're really interested in doing 33s, contact BT Audio USA directly, and we'll see what we can do. So that for sure. The rest of y'all, thank you for coming in. Jay?
Yep.
Another day, maybe next week, it'll be somebody
this
else.
This week's episode of Car Audio Drama.
Oh, they said we just reduced the 33 inch from $5.99 to $4.99.
And a 9.
Yeah, keep in mind it's a 33 inch with a huge motor, so it's not like a flimsy little speaker. But we might be doing some in the Yukon, but you'll see. But if you're interested, let us know. 15K payment. COVID. Still people in here talking stupidity crap. Anyway, we're logging off. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Take care. And Ray, he needs a shout out.